Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of Puffin Planes, where we are building the biggest airline company the world has ever seen. Last episode, guys, we extended further than we've ever extended before, and we now we're flying all the way over to China. Absolutely ridiculous that we now have the ability to go this distance with the planes that we now have all up and running. But the main goal of this game is to try and make sure that we stay in the position of CEO. Now, we currently have 4 days remaining in this quarter right now to complete the goals we have. We've exceeded them. The goals were to pretty much have enough airport upgrades across our network, which we do. Things haven't gone so good. Last episode was a really easy one, even though we had 2 planes get destroyed. But hopefully, this one goes just as smooth. Now, something I realized in last episode, I can actually buy airports that I don't have. Also, I kept saying Istanbul is the capital. Ignore me. It's Ankara right now. Just ignore me, guys. But I realized I can fund it to unlock it, as opposed to utilizing ones that already exist. Oh, this Kiev to Tripoli route is looking a little bit busy right now. Ooh, okay. Now, the plane is not really maxed out full capacity. It's about to load up and then head back. So we'll keep our eyes peeled on that one. We'll keep our eyes peeled. So guys, if you are enjoying the series and want to see more of it, please smash that like button down below. I have no idea where we're going to be expanding to today. It all comes down on what the quarter goals are going to be and what they pretty much want me to kind of get set up. So the problem with this game is, well, it's not a problem. The challenge with this game is when you're doing this style of career mode, I know you can do free play where there's no missions you got to complete, but it forces you or makes you stop expanding because you don't know what the next quarter goals are going to be. It stops you from expanding, meaning you kind of play the game quite reserved. And I really like that because it means I can't play how I want to play. I've got to do what I've got to do. And I have to adapt to every situation, which makes the challenge quite enjoyable. I really do like it. I really do like it. So we've got 1.8 days remaining. Let's try and get this quarter then all done so we can see what the next goal is going to be. I reckon it might be something to do with upgrading or kind of connecting all this area over here. Yes. But so far, it's looking pretty good. It is looking pretty good. We might have for the first time ever over 1 million big ones in the bank very shortly. Yes, and we currently are rating right now, or reputation, it's averaging passengers 1.8 flights to get to their destination, which is actually pretty good. You just got to create more connectivity to reduce those times. Right, where are we at then? Where are we currently at? We're just waiting for this quarter to be complete, which it's done, and now the next goal is to have a city in northern China with 5 flights to at least 5 destinations, or 10. Oh, that's kind of crazy. So I could take a bunch of leveling veterans. I could take some resources and coins, or I can just purely take over 500,000 in cash, which I'm going to do that instead. Now, northern China. Now, Beijing just here will be classed as northern China, so I might fund that airport. And with that said, right, we're going to get a bunch of connections to Beijing. So get you connected. You will only need a... Oh, no, it doesn't need a Pico. No, does it? No, yeah, you can do a Pico. But what's the population? Population quite big. Maybe we start going for the leveling veterans. Yeah. Because China can be quite busy. It can be quite busy. We'll get you connected. Now I'm thinking Hiroshima. Maybe to Beijing. Maybe Jinan. Is that how you pronounce it? To Beijing? Decommission all planes there. If I decommission, I mean, that's not even northern China, but I'm just thinking of the logistics. No, we'll keep that down until I get like something like, you know, Tokyo unlocked. So that does everything I need to do right now to reach the minimum expectations. Now, of course, Guangzhou, we're going to get connected And we are going to do a... We're going to do a PAX plane because of the capacity. There we go. But it also now means Moscow to Beijing can now be connected. Oh, that also is... Oh, I thought it was just northern China. I can just make 10 connections to it. Right. Riyadh to Beijing on a PAX plane. Right. And then we're going to go... How far would, for example, Rome be? Okay, way too far. So you're not getting any further than that unless I did unlock a plane with a further distance. Which will be the PAX planes here. The veterans can increase their range, but not as much as that. Right, okay. It's an intercontinental jet, the PAX 400. I'm unlocking it, and I want to see. So, if I was to go to Beijing, Beijing will need a longer runway. So first, let me do the upgrades. Focus City. Very good. Already has a long runway, so I didn't really need to do anything with that. I'll create a secondary hub to make it a bit bigger and increase the fleet capacity. So some basic stuff there, all set up. So if I went from Rome to Beijing, that is... Oh, the PAX 400 is perfect. But now I'm thinking, not Rome. Because London's going to be the connection for America, I'm going to set London up right now to Beijing on a PAX 400, which is 225 big ones. Right, we'll do that, but that is one hell of a connection. And I feel like Madrid is also going to be the second connection across the Atlantic. So I'm going to get Madrid to be the connection directly over. And we'll make this one go to Guangzhou. But that still doesn't sort out to exceed the goal. So I'm thinking I'm just going to quickly unlock somewhere else to go to Beijing. I'll just do this place here. On a leveling veteran. Right, we exceed the goal. I've done all that in pause mode, by the way. Now, that is some big international flights we're now setting up with new faraway airports. How far away? Oh, Boston! Oh, no, one of the planes just crashed. Rebuild the route, please. There we go. We've unlocked Boston now, so we could start expanding into America. Oh, that's exciting. Now, it's a good job I just got the Madrid and London routes set up for this distance. They can carry 400 passengers on a plane. That's a lot of people, isn't it? It's a lot of people. But I feel like we need that. I feel like we heavily need that. So I think we should expand to America. Not just yet, though. Right, these routes are looking very busy. We haven't got... What plane's on this? Oh, it's not even filled up. It could be the case that it just needs a secondary plane. Because loading up right now... Because a second plane just makes it a bit more frequent. This is the London to Beijing one. So when they now load back up to go back, how many people are they going to have on board? And how long does it take? I mean, it says it's busy. But it's now flying back. It's not that busy. Maybe it's just a case of upgrading the airport itself. Gotta be careful though, because this goal is going to get completed and we're going to need some cash. So that line... I think it might just be like the time they have to wait. Because it's such a long distance. New faraway airport. How far away? Whoa, is that Mexico? Oh, I just realized we got like 5 places now. Okay, so I need to calm down a bit because I'm getting a little bit carried away with the fact that I can now fly such long distances. So we need to slow it down a bit to build back up our bank balance. So this quarter's goal, operating agreements in at least 89 cities or 97 to exceed. Now, I can either take, wow, 3 packs 400s. Or we can start growing the smaller hubs and take a big cash boost. Right, I'm going to take the cash boost again. Because we need to get a bunch of cities now connected to these major hubs so we can have more stuff going on. So I reckon we're going to now fully grow the UK. So if I went there to there, you got to buy the funding first, don't you? Right, I've just bought all of this here and we're going to do small little picos to each one. I don't know in what world you would get on a plane to go to Birmingham or Bristol from London. But you can do it here. That'll just give London a little bit more oomph. A little bit more growth on the go. Hopefully things work out. Now we'll get Casablanca connected here. Very good, very good. And let's see where else first. Before we do anything else, we're just going to set up what's around us. And we need 5 more. 5 more. Oh, there's a few up here we can do. So, right, Stockholm going up. And that completes or exceeds the expectations, while still giving us a nice big safety net of cash currently in the bank. Right, perfect. Absolutely perfect, boys. Absolutely perfect. So, we'll see what this next quarter is going to be. People are now struggling. We got a negative reputation. What have we got a negative reputation for? What's the reason behind that? Is it some of the flights are too long? We need like a second plane on the longer routes. Madrid to Guangzhou. I think it might be too early for planes that size because the demand is not currently there. Well, they're not happy here, but is it because the planes haven't really spawned in yet? Or is it just the initial issue? Increase the fleet capacity by 10%. I'm not sure how much that's going to work for us, but we're trying to pick people up. Okay, now they're starting to dwindle down. I think this the initial, the passengers build up pretty rapidly until you can order the plane in time. That might be why it'd be a good idea to buy planes beforehand so you can instantly put them on the route. Otherwise, you have to kind of, while they're waiting to be delivered, you're building up a backlog of passengers from the get-go. So yeah, that kind of makes a lot of sense. It really does make a lot of sense. Okay. Okay. Now, I'm fully aware... Oh, wow. North and South Korea, boys. I'm fully aware that some of these routes will not be making as much cash. But our daily income has rapidly increased. Ooh. So, have a city in the Middle East with flights to at least 5 destinations. Or at least 10. Right. I'll take... Where's the Middle East? I'll take the Picos. Now, could this be where I get Istanbul? I know this is the capital, guys. Oh, is this where I can get Istanbul connected as another major hub? Let's do this. So, Izmir, Antalya. What happened there? What, did I do something wrong? There we go. So Ankara might need a bit a bit of a bigger plane, to say the least. Right? Now that's 6. If I can get 4 more connected. And, oh, okay, that one needs a leveling veteran because of the distance. Alright, that exceeds the expectations, but now we have Istanbul ready to rock and roll. So, I think it might be a good idea to go... I mean, I could use Istanbul as another connection over, but I think it's too early to do any of that. So, first things first, we'll do Rome to Istanbul on a leveling veteran. Leveling veteran or the packs? What have we been doing on these? Leveling veterans, right? Yeah. We'll do you to Kiev, because it's so close. Istanbul to Cairo. Leveling veteran. Istanbul to Riyadh. And I can't afford it. Okay, we'll just keep it like that for now. I'm really on a knife's edge at this point. I really am on a knife's edge with trying to make cash. So you can view your routes, and you can view it by profitability. And if you scroll right down, you can see the ones that are losing the most amount of money. So this route here, which is our Guangzhou, Madrid to Guangzhou, is losing a lot of cash, but we're hoping in the long run that starts making a bit of cash once we start connecting over to the Americas, which I think is going to be my next goal. So once they give me a mission or a goal of some sorts that is very easy to complete, and it gives me a little bit of leeway to push to a new country, a new part of the globe, then that's what I'm going to do. So this route here is looking quite busy. There's a bunch of people waiting in Istanbul right now, but the plane should load up pretty rapidly. A decent amount of people. And then drop them off. And then pick them up. And then come back. So we need to increase the through rate on this. So... get more people on the planes quicker. I think that sorts out Istanbul for the time being. Routes from London to Istanbul would be great, but we're okay for now. Our reputation is looking very, very good at this moment in time. Very good, boys. New faraway airports. Oh! Now we're going down to Indonesia, boys. Right, I really want to go to the Americas. I really do. Let's just see what this next goal brings us. Here we go. Here we go. So, operating agreements at least 102 cities or exceed 110. Perfect. I only need one more. So, let's take the nearly $1 million in cash, right? I need the cash more than anything to extend all the way over to here. Now, we've got Boston, but I'm going to turn New York into the major hub to begin with. Now, we'll go from New York to London. And we're going to put a PAX plane on that. Even though this PAX would do just fine, I am gearing myself up. Okay? It's expensive, but I'm gearing myself up for it. Which means London will come super busy. I could do other places, but I'm going to learn from my mistakes in China by not doing too many routes and just focusing them on one route to begin with. So if I just do that, it might mean that my next goal would be to connect X amount of cities up in America. So we'll see. We'll see what happens on that. But first Atlantic flight, boys. My first Atlantic flight. Now, while we're playing the waiting game, I'll get Athens to Istanbul on a veteran. We'll get you to go to Rome. Okay, we still got to sort all this area out here as well, but that's a headache for another day. Right, you to Moscow. And what about China? So, the more places we get connected to China, the more reason people have to go somewhere. There we go, we can deploy the plane immediately. That's why it's best to wait. And then hold out for a bit of the cash. So the plane's flying already. Amazingly, there is adequate amount of planes on there. So London should become a little bit busier. New York, we could do the fruit stuff, but I'll wait till we get more planes on that. But this is exciting. That route's looking a little bit busy. Now, would it be worth changing the plane up? Right, pause for a second. Why so many people here? Okay. I think it's mainly wanting to go to a lot of places around here, right? Meaning it's got to go through route to Istanbul. So, it might be worth putting a level in veteran on here. Just to kind of split the difference. There we go. I knew that next goal was going to be about the USA. I knew it was going to be about the USA. So, one Pax 400. Nah, I don't want that. I'll go for... We'll go for half money, half tokens, because I can spend some of the tokens. But now we can officially extend into America. So, Boston. All the little Pax planes at this point. Portland. Burlington. Rochester. Richmond. Now, this is where we start unlocking, like, Philadelphia, Washington, Pittsburgh. Because we can now really bulk up the USA. And give them more of a reason there to fly international into London. So, Buffalo we'll get next. And then that'll be my 10 cities. And maximize my connection. I can go a little bit further and get Norfolk over here set up. What I'm doing is I'm looking at what cities would connect where. Now I think like Cleveland would probably more likely go to Chicago. So that is a nice little spiderweb connection right there. That's gonna make this line hopefully a little bit more busier. Hopefully, anyway. We're just going to wait for all those little picos to be delivered. And for the flight to then start happening. There we go. Flights are now starting to go out. So New York's going to need to be upgraded to increase its throughput rate. Hangars and a secondary hub. Just to speed things up slightly. I could go for a primary hub. You know what? We'll add a primary hub to it. So really increase the speed of this this airport. And that sorts it all out. Now, it could be something that I have to do in London is make it a primary hub as well. But as of right now, that is hopefully manageable. So this route to London right now, hopefully it might... I don't mind it doesn't... Oh, okay, better said. I don't mind it doesn't make profit, but it's now making profit. As I say, as long as it kind of gets to a point where it's breaking even. But I think there's this adequate amount of people now getting here that it's starting to make sense that they want to fly across the Atlantic. So that line is now making profit. That's absolutely amazing. Now, the line to new airports open, to Madrid, to Guangzhou, not so much. So I don't know whether to kind of get rid of that line. The route to London to Beijing, I have a route from... That makes profit. That makes profit. That makes profit. Is this the Moscow one? Makes profit. The London one is yet to make profit, but you might start seeing changes now we get in the Americas connected. Ooh! This is interesting. So I've just now extended into America, but now they want me to go into Western Africa, which is down here. This is going to be a bit of a game changer now. It really is. So I could take the leveling veterans. I'm most likely going to need the cash. We're most likely going to need the cash. Now, I'm not very good. I'm not very good with cities anywhere, but definitely not in... I feel like Lagos is Lagos the capital of Nigeria? Let's make you the hub. Okay. Now, we need to connect to 7 cities. So, you there. Picos. Order. Picos. Order. Bam, bam, bam. So 7 is to meet expectations. 12 is to exceed them. Now, does that mean it only has to be them? Is it two one city? Wait, what is this? This is not my quarter goal. Like, we're on 9 out of 12, but if I ran this up to Madrid or Casablanca, we'll go Cairo first. You need this type of packs. Okay, that doesn't count. So we've gone Cairo. I don't want to do Casablanca, because it means they've got to go to Madrid to Casablanca. We'll go straight to Madrid. But to meet the expectation, or well, basically to destroy the expectations, we'll do it like that. Because right now, I'm on a I feel like I'm on a knife's edge. And I need to be exceeding expectations at every step at this point. That's what I feel like. Just so I can fund the next expansions. Right, that line that I put in place is very busy. So, does Istanbul need some upgrades? Does Riyadh need some upgrades? There we go. Add in the fleet capacity upgrades on the hangars. Is there a lot of people waiting, isn't there? There is a lot of people waiting. So we could switch out the plane for something a bit bigger. No, I don't want to increase chance of plane incidents. 15% fleet capacity, reduced chance of plane incidents. Let's go for that. So did that increase my planes? Did it? I still feel like they're the same size. Have I missed something here? I feel like I've missed something here. Why has the fleet not gone bigger? But that is orange. Are those numbers coming down? I ain't got enough to even order one of those planes. Right, let's have a fast forward. Because I can use the veterans somewhere else. So it's not wasted. Alright, been delivered. Start it. Decommission that plane. So now we're picking up a lot of people. And hopefully making a lot of money. So that line will eventually stop being orange. Oh, Largus. Hold on. I do apologize. Very busy down there. Very busy. How's New York? You're okay? We've really reached out right now to two places that are absolutely ridiculous. That line's making profit. So's that line. So I think it was a good idea to make that to go to Madrid. Istanbul to Riyadh right now is calmed down a little bit. The Atlantic flight is doing absolutely amazing. And let's see what our next goal is going to be. So, it's all about extending to the central US, baby. Oh my goodness me. So, what would be classed as central US? All the way down to El Paso. So, I'm going to assume, like, I could pick, like, Dallas or Houston. I might pick Houston as the central point there. And then bring all flights to it. Maybe Atlanta might be classed as it. I'm not too sure. Atlanta's a real, busy airport in real life. So, we'll see. We'll see. But I'm gonna need cash. So, I'm accepting the money. I got 1.7 million now in the bank. But boy, oh boy, has this company now fully extended and expanded. This line over here is looking very busy right now. But we've got to think about getting bigger planes on these routes as passenger demands do start to increase. Or worst case scenario, you just add a second plane. You know what I mean? Just add a second plane, boys. But this is pretty good. We're now expanded into the Americas, baby. USA, USA. And our goal is central US. So we'll probably set up Houston down here. Decent connection between New York and Houston. All the cities around it connecting to it. Yeah. That's how you know America's big, when you got to create multiple hubs. Guys, we will end it for here. It's getting interesting. It's starting to get a little bit overwhelming at this point. I can feel the pressure now getting, coming into play. So who knows how long I will be able to stay as CEO. Until next time, I'll see you all soon. So goodbye.